Hey friends, I'm in the process of trying to convert a bunch of ancient 8 millimeter film tapes to more digital media. These I inherited from my grandfather, and so I'm tinkering a little bit. This is kind of an experimental trial run where I thought I would try to put one little clip up here and see if I can do all the steps. I'm doing a little bit of cleanup and cropping and all that kind of stuff to try and improve the quality of the video. So, what have you got here? Well, I'm going to take you back to 1960. Yeah, 1960. My mother was 20 years old. She's the young lady in the center of the field of view there. And I was 3 3/4. I was going on 4. And that's me on the right in this image. My younger brother was about a year younger than I am, and he's on the other side. And then there's my little sister Karen, who's pretty young, only about a little better than a year old, and she's there in the center of the image. So right now, in this little video clip, we're at my maternal grandparents' house, at Grandma and Grandpa Wested's house, and we're opening presents. So I'll just turn it loose here. All right. Well, I got to warn you, this is primitive technology. There is no audio in any of these clips. We just got video. That's okay. I'll also mention that in order to get these pictures, we had to use these really, really bright lights, just glaringly, blindingly bright. So occasionally we will avert our eyes because it hurts to just look at the cameraman. And sometimes it gets a little dim like we see here. Okay, so that's Karen wandering around. That's my grandfather. That's me in the red sweater and my brother Jim. I think that's my mother's cousin Beverly, who's visiting with us. Yeah, that's my mom. She was gorgeous. Typical kids just tearing into the presents. We're going to leave a mess in the living room. But that's okay, right? It's Christmas. Karen got a new dress. So she's going to have to put that on. It looks like it had been snowing outside. Oh, splendid dress. And we, of course, are wearing suspenders and bow ties because we're gentlemen. Okay, we're about to have a little switch of locations. Like I said, this is at my Grandma and Grandpa Wested's house. And what we're about to do is pack up and go across the railroad tracks. Those are the railroad tracks in the background. You might be able to detect them there. Where my paternal grandmother lives, where Grandma Myers lives. And we're going to go to a party at her house, which is going to get a little wild. I actually remember this party. I was almost 4 years old, and it's still vivid in my memory. Because all the cousins are there and we're getting wild and crazy. This video doesn't capture the full extent of the insanity because we got toys and all of us were just going all over the place with these things, having a grand time at Grandma's house. But I'll let the video do the speaking for me. That was my Uncle Ed on the left, and I think that's one of my hurt relatives on the right. And here we've made it over across the railroad tracks. That's Mom and Karen again. There I am in the bow tie. There's Jim in the bow tie. That's my cousin Tim right there in the center. And my cousin Debbie over there. That's my grandmother. So that's Grandma Myers. She does not like being in the spotlight. And then my cousin Kelly, my cousin Julie, and my cousin Matt, and my Aunt Carilda May and Uncle Jim Soanes show up. Everyone's going blind because of those bright, bright lights. That's my cousin Dawn. Kelly was getting too warm, so he took his coat off. So there's my cousin Debbie. There's a swarm of cousins. Oh, look at all the cousins. It was quite a crowd there. Everyone's having a good time. That's my brother Jim. There's my Aunt Florence and Uncle Louis Sowards. Looking young and beautiful. Yeah, it's 1960. Everyone was young and beautiful then. Okay, that's it. Just a short little test clip. I hope my family appreciates it. I'm sure they will remember this event themselves and will enjoy seeing those relatives who are, I'm afraid to say, are in many cases long dead. But yeah, I'll get back to work. I got to go think about a whole bunch. I got 2 hours of video, over 2 hours of video, and I have to process it and crunch it down. Final result will not be 2 hours long because there's so much filler in these things. But we'll see how much I can get done. Okay, it's been fun. We'll talk to you later.